Hey everyone, Zach here with Windscreen Gustafsson. We wanted to shoot a video to show you how to drill and install a windscreen. This one specifically, a customer sent in. He wasn't sure what the fairing was, so he shipped it to us since it's a small quarter fairing. Then we were able to match it with one of our patterns. Well, actually Leif was able to quickly recognize that it's an old TZ 250 fairing. Either way, it's good that the customer sent it to us so that we're able to fit it exactly to what he's got. First, we'll go over what's needed. The main thing you're going to need is an acrylic drill bit. It's got a special tip to it. You'll need some kind of marking device to mark the holes. Until you get all the holes, you'll need a few things to hold the windscreen in place. I'm going to show you how to do it using clamps, but it's really best if you have clamps and an extra set of hands. So that's all you need. So yeah, let's get right to it and we'll show you how to get started. As you can see, the fairing is quite flimsy when it's not on the bike. So you can kind of just twist it this way and that way. So because of that, it's best to install the windscreen once the fairing's already on the bike. That way the brackets are holding in place, you know exactly where it's going to be. Just to give you a better chance of getting a really good fitting installation on the screen. So we've kind of mocked up the best we can to try to even it up, and we've gone ahead and fit the screen to the fairing. So the most important thing is you're going to want to pull the screen as far forward as you can. So we've got these two clamps that are really help holding it up, and when I push here, I'm all the way up against the fiberglass. One tip is if you can't get it all the way forward without clamps, so for example you can't get a clamp up in here, and if for whatever reason your screen's having a hard time coming in, it's best to mark the center hole, drill that one, and then that will kind of keep the screen pulled forward so you can work your way around the other sides. So normally we recommend marking with a soldering iron or some kind of scribing tool. Obviously another really good tool is just a permanent marker. So what you want to do is make sure that, like I said, that the screen is pushed all the way forward. Every order does come with a practice piece, so make sure that you practice on that before drilling the actual windscreen. Kind of rest in its natural position. Apply a little pressure to get the hole started, and then you let the bit do the work. Don't go as fast as you can, just do nice and easy. A little bit of pressure, mainly let the bit do the work. Pull it out. Alright, so now we can use a bolt to hold the front end. So now we know that the screen is pulled as far forward as possible. If you don't have any clamps, a friend would be very helpful too. And of course, you're going to make sure that the screen's pulled forward as far as possible. You want to check that you've got enough space for the holes on all the sides. So if you're still not sure you've got the fairing pulled all the way forward, you go ahead and do that same procedure one more time. So we're going to mark these next two holes. Take it off one more time. Put those bolts in, and then we'll mark the rest of it just so we're guaranteed that the screen's pulled all the way forward. You don't want to over tighten any of them until you get all of them in. So now we can go back and tighten them all a little bit, and we're guaranteed that the screen's pulled all the way forward. It's fitting on there basically without any clamps. And we've got the 3 bolts in, the screen's pulled all the way forward. I'm going to go ahead and mark the rest of the holes. Once you get the bit started, you want to make sure you slow down and take off the pressure. So once again, to start it, you start with a bit of pressure just to get the bit started so it doesn't wander off. And then after the hole's started, you take off the pressure and let the drill bit do the work. So once the holes are all drilled, now you're ready to do one final installation. You don't have to take the nuts and bolts off back and forth anymore. Like I said, if you have any questions about what fairing you have, if you know it's an old vintage fairing, it's got some kind of race bubble, chances are we've already got a pattern for it. So you can ship us the fairing. Once we get it here, we'll be able to identify what it is, match it up to a pattern, and then make you a brand new one. Give us a call or shoot us an email if you have any questions.